Yo guys, welcome back to the GFSC podcast. It's been a very long time, but it is season 2 of the brand new GFSC podcast. With me today we have our usual host, Martin Golubowski and Jad Dapson. Martin, how are you, bro?
You pronounced my name better last time, in all honesty. You've been a little rusty,
Ah,
clearly.
it's been a while, man. You forgive me.
Yeah, obviously.
You looking forward to the new season?
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be fucking great
Uh,
seeing Dembele be even shitter than last season.
uh, there was talk of Dembele going out of Barcelona, but nothing's happened with that. So,
No, I hope not.
Jack, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good man, thanks.
You looking forward to the new season?
God, no,
We'll
not
get
at
we'll
all.
get onto that a little bit later. Because Jack, as you know, is a Man United fan, and there's 1 hour left of less than an hour of the transfer window left as we record this at the moment. And so far, United are struggling to get any deals over the line. So if Jack sounds a bit depressed during this podcast, just forgive him. It's not his fault. All
Yeah.
right. So Martin, do you want to tell the peeps at home what's coming up on the show today?
Yeah, so firstly, we're gonna predict 6 Premier League matches. Then we'll do a Q&A, and in the end, we'll finish it off with predictions of top 4 in the Premier League and the teams that will get relegated. So yeah, what are we predicting first, Bill?
All right. So Man United versus Leicester. It's the first game, the Friday game, to kick off the new season. So, Jack, considering you're the Man United fan here, we'll go straight to you for this one first.
Yeah, I think I think United they'll win, but I don't think it'll be convincing, and I think there'll be a lot of negativity surrounding this game. I'll say a scrappy 1-0.
1-0. Yeah. I kind of agree with you there myself. I think you are strong enough to get past Leicester. But they might be a little bit shaky, like you said, with the negativity, with maybe at that point nobody coming in. Maybe the fans a little bit irritated, it being at Old Trafford as well. I think you still get the win, but it could go the other way as well. But I'm gonna say 1-0 to Man United.
Yeah, the combination of everything that Bill mentioned, plus the fact that Leicester will be more motivated because of all this, and Leicester are not a bad team, I think it'll be 1-1. A 1-1
1-1,
draw.
yeah, yeah, that's a fair shout. To be fair, could happen. So,
Yeah.
speak a little bit more about United. Where do you need strengthening, Jack? What's the main position you want to strengthen?
Um,
The man.
well, yeah, the manager. We keep going for. Well, we're just being linked to every centre back under the sun at the moment.
So, yeah,
One,
yeah,
yeah. And I think we need a new right winger, but then again, I no idea what's happening with that. I think we need a lot of signings, to be honest, but it doesn't look as though we're going to sign well between here and when this goes out anyone on deadline day. So
yeah. I
yeah,
think you're right.
um,
Because you're being linked with all these centre backs. Nothing seems to be happening.
Yeah.
There was talk of Willian coming in a few weeks ago, but
yeah.
that talk has just completely vanished now. I don't know what's happened with that. Maybe
Uh,
it looks set that Marshall's set to stay. I know there was also talk of Pogba
Yeah.
going out, but you obviously rejected that ridiculous bid from Barcelona.
yeah. That
It was a
Honestly,
ridiculous bid.
insulting bid.
yeah, but Anthony Martial has a wonder kid now. I think Anthony Martial's baby can be the right winger for Manchester United. He's the,
Oh yeah,
he's
his
the right
newborn
man.
baby. Yeah, yeah.
His newborn baby.
I,
And then Man United will
um,
probably
I
find their
just
little kid too.
You know,
yeah,
it already
that's
cost him
shambles.
it already cost him 180k. So it's
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
his fucking wage.
expensive baby.
yeah.
Okay, so the next game to predict is Wolves versus Everton. So the club I support, Wolves, making their return to the Premier League. since 2012. I'll start this one off. I don't know. I'm feeling this could go either way as well because Everton they've brought in a lot of good players and we've also done good business as well. But I think we're gonna win this 1-0. I think we'll be defensively solid enough to stop Everton. Everton, they don't look like their players are gelling considering their pre-season results. So I think
Yeah.
it will take them a while to all gel. They'll get better. They'll definitely finish top 10, but it will take them a while to get there. So for that
Uh,
reason, I think we're gonna nick it 1-0. It's gonna be a tight game, but we're gonna nick it 1-0. Martin?
I think, as you said, Everton don't gel. I feel like the tactics and lineup are kind of undefined. They've always seemed like they have a team that can finish top 10, but never actually deliver, or top 8, whatever. They rarely do so. And I think you said Wolves made good business. I think that's an understatement.
Yeah,
And yeah, I think Wolves will win 1-0 too.
yeah, fair enough. Yeah, Jack, what do you reckon, mate?
Yeah, in the opposite to what I said regarding United, there'll be a lot of positivity surrounding Wolves. Yeah, your first game back for a while. Yeah, I think you'll win 1-0 as well.
Yeah, so clean sweep, 1-0 on that one. But yeah, I think you're right because its first game back, it's good. It's already sold out. It got sold out months ago. So everyone's just gonna be buzzing about the new players coming in. I think we're gonna be really up for it. But at the same time, there is that doubt that there could be a little bit of nervousness in there. So
Yeah.
that's always at the back of my mind as well. Obviously, it's not gonna be an easy game, but I don't know. Like Jack said, there's gonna be a lot of positivity. That's why I think we'll get the win there. Next game, Newcastle versus Spurs. Two teams whose fans have been quite disappointed in this transfer window. Newcastle, at the moment, they've got a really strange situation. They were meant to have a takeover, but that didn't go through. Owner Mike Ashley hasn't got much money to spend in the transfer market. He's got to rely on player sales to generate their income. Newcastle fans not happy with Mike Ashley, but Rafa Benitez keeps performing miracles as shown last season. Spurs moving into a new stadium, they could be shaky. Like I said to these guys earlier on before we went on air, every time a team moves into a new stadium, they don't always have the best first season. I don't know. For this match, I'm gonna say Newcastle are gonna nick it 1-0. I think Spurs, there is negativity surrounding them as well. I'm not sure if Harry Kane's gonna play or not. There's doubt about him starting that game, so I'm gonna say Newcastle 1-0.
Yeah, I think Spurs will win this one. I know. Yeah, I'm not sure if Harry Kane or Ali will be playing in this, but
Yeah.
I still think they've got enough. And I think Newcastle in a bit of trouble this season. I have to say.
Yeah.
I'd say it's Spurs 2-1.
Spurs 2-1. Yeah, I mean, I agree
Fair
with
enough.
what you're saying, Jack. Yeah, but I don't know. I think people say they're in trouble with this last season, and Benitez somehow managed to pull
Yeah,
the rabbit out of the
yeah.
hat. Do you think he can? Do you not think he can do that again this season, or do you think it's too much to ask for?
I think if he stays the whole season, which I don't know if that will happen, he'll keep them up. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he'll do that.
So I think the motivation when a club is in a negative state is being underestimated. I don't think Newcastle is in a negative state. They spent a lot of money last summer, so that's why they're in this situation. Plus, as you said, no one has overtaken the club yet. Yet it was announced that that's the plan for like almost like what since the new year. So I think Spurs will definitely win, and I think they'll win like 2-0. I'm saying 2-0 to Spurs.
Comfortable
I think-
win for Spurs then. So,
Yeah.
we'll
I
see what
think
happens with that one
this-
because I'm the only one who said Newcastle are gonna win. It's probably a stupid prediction thinking about it now. We'll see. We'll see.
Instant,
Oh, by the way,
instant
guys,
regret.
this prediction league is going to be more competitive this season, just between us three. So we'll tally up the points each week. So it's going to be 3 points for a correct result, and 1 point if you get the result right, and then obviously 0 points if you get it completely wrong. So we'll do it like that. Anyway, moving on to the next fixture. Newly promoted team Fulham back in the Premier League versus Crystal Palace, who some people are saying might struggle this season. It's going to be a tight game, but I think Fulham, like us, have done excellent business. They've spent a lot of money, like we have. They've brought in a lot of good players. They've managed to keep, well, up until now, they managed to keep Young. He could still go. There's about uh, just over 40 minutes left to the transfer window as we're recording, but it looks set. He looks set to stay. I think Fulham are going to win this 2-0.
I think Fulham will win this one. And regarding regarding Palace, I don't think they'll do that well, but I don't think they'll be in much trouble. I think it depends on if they keep Zaha at the club, and as we get closer to the window ending, I think that will happen. So yeah, I think Fulham will win this one 1-0.
1-0 Fulham. Yep.
Yeah, well, I agree with both of you. I think Fulham will win, and I think Crystal Palace and Zaha situation will be like Shaqiri and Stoke or something, like get relegated and go to a bigger club. So I'd say Fulham will also win 1-0.
Yep. So another clean sweep there. So far the newly promoted teams have got clean sweeps from all three of us. Sorry. Next game that we're predicting, Liverpool versus West Ham. Now, West Ham
dear.
are another team that people have said have done really well in the transfer window, which they have. They've done excellent business. They've got a great manager in, one of the best managers in football, in my opinion. Liverpool have also done very good business. So Liverpool, they've got a great attack. Even with Van Dijk in, I still think the defense is a little bit weak. But I think they'll always concede goals. I think it's going to be 4-2 to Liverpool, in my opinion.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think Liverpool will win fairly comfortably. I think 3-1. But to say, I think West Ham will have a really good season. They've bought well, and like you said, they've got a great manager. So yeah.
Yep.
They've bought well for the second season in a row, and if I'm not mistaken, like I'm not 100% sure on this, but was West Ham last season the first season at the new stadium?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so that's what Bill said earlier. I think now they've played a season there. They've got a sick coach. They've invested again a lot of money. I think they have a great team, and I like West Ham, as you know. So I think it'll be a good game. I'm gonna say 3-2 to Liverpool.
Oh yeah, 3-2 Liverpool. That's a good prediction. So we all think it's going to be quite a few goals in this game.
Yeah.
True. It might end up being defensive as fuck, and it ends like 1-1 or 1-0 or something. But
Yeah. So that's another clean sweep for Liverpool there. And finally, okay, so final game to predict is Arsenal versus Man City. It's quite a big game to have on the opening weekend of a Premier League season. Arsenal are at home. They've got a new manager. Wenger's gone. They look stable. They look decent in pre-season. Man City coming off the back of a very good season. Honestly, this is actually tough to predict. You'd think it would be easy, giving City the win, but I don't know, man. I think Arsenal could surprise us, and I'm gonna actually go for Arsenal here. I'm gonna say Arsenal are gonna nip this one 2-1, and they're gonna surprise a lot of people. Everyone's expecting City to do the same thing again, so they do have a little bit of pressure on them as well. They've brought in Riyad Mahrez. That's probably the only signing they've made. It's a good signing, but I don't know. I think they will win the league eventually, but they're gonna have a shaky start, I think. For that reason, I think Arsenal are gonna win this game 2-1.
Yep. I think this will be the match of the opening round. I think it will be 2-2. I can see both sides starting off well, and yeah, getting a couple of goals each. So yeah, 2-2.
2-2. Yeah.
Fair predictions. I think City will have problems coping with pressure, considering they have a fairly young squad, or their main players are fairly young, like De Bruyne and Sane. For me, Sane is one of the main players, anyways. Arsenal made great business as well, and I think I'm gonna agree with Bill, and I think it'll go Arsenal 1-0.
Oh, really? Yeah. Decent. I just think
Yeah,
they've looked really good. And on that point as well, I think Aubameyang is gonna have a brilliant season. He's gonna finish top scorer for me. So I
yeah,
think
same.
him and Lacazette are really gonna click now, and Mkhitaryan as well. So that therefore they're gonna have a brilliant season. Yeah. So that's our
Yeah,
predictions done. So when we're back on for next week's show, we'll bring you what points we got for them, and we'll show you who won for this week. So
Actually,
yeah,
actually, sorry to interrupt you. We're doing the podcast every 2 weeks now.
yeah, that's right,
So the next one won't be next week. It'll be the one after.
that's right.
So yeah, we'll cover them then. It should be better like this.
Yeah, so like Martin said, podcast is now every 2 weeks, not every week. So yeah, we'll bring you content every 2 weeks now.
Yep, so now we're going to be doing the Q&A. So first up from Julian, he's asked, is this the best season for Atletico to win the La Liga? So Bill, what do you think?
You know what? That's a really good question, Julian. I think it is a very good season for them to win it because obviously with Ronaldo leaving, that could be possibly be a problem for Real Madrid. Barcelona, can they repeat what they did last season? It's a big ask as well. I don't know. I think yeah, this could be one of the best seasons for Atletico to go and do it. So I'd say yeah. Martin, what do you think? You're more knowledgeable than me on this subject.
Yeah. Well, I think Atletico will finish fourth. I think they'll finish behind Real, Barca, and Valencia. Honestly,
Really?
Uh, they lost.
Uh,
They lost a really vital player. They lost Gabby, the center mid, and when he played, he was like the aggressive player, the leader, the man that changed the refs' minds and decisions and shit. He was an absolute machine,
yeah.
and I think that him leaving is of a hit to them than Ronaldo is for
Okay.
leaving us because we may get into the Ronaldo thing in future episodes, so I don't want to get into it too much right now. But I think no, that Atletico won't win the league.
Okay. Yeah. Fair
Yep,
enough. That's fair enough.
yep. Yeah, I can't see them winning. I think it'll be between Barcelona and Real Madrid, but I think they've got a chance. I mean, they weren't that far off at some points last season,
Yeah.
but then they just fell away at the end. So yeah, be interesting to see. Okay, the next question is from Christ, how do I say this guy's name? I'm just gonna call Mohammed. This is from Mohammed. How is this is more to you, Bill, I think. How is Wolverhampton any different from the newly promoted teams in the last 5 years? What makes them special, and how can they make the difference too?
Um.
Yeah,
Well, obviously, like we are a lot different to other promoted teams because of the
the
money
players you
and
had
the backing we
in
have
the
and the players
championship.
we
Yeah,
already have coming in.
yeah,
I mean, I think we had a good enough squad already without the players we've signed to stay up in the Premier League. If we
yeah,
kept the same squad as last season, I think we would have finished about 14th, 13th. But now that we've signed players like Moutinho, Patricio, Jimenez, Dendonka, um, I think we can finish top 10. So the reason we're different is because of the backing we have. Obviously, not a lot of clubs are blessed to have that, especially when they get promoted. I mean, Fulham are probably kind of similar to us because they've got quite wealthy owners as well. So this season it's going to be really different with Fulham and Wolves actually spending a lot of money. I mean, we've probably spent about 70-ish million already, and Fulham about the same as well. So yeah, that's why.
yeah, yeah. Martin, what do you think?
Wolves are definitely different. I think that from last season, when Wolves started being more convincing in the championship, I think everyone, even since then, started getting excited about them getting in the Premier League. I think it was like, okay, we are coming into the Premier League to cause problems, and you don't see that from a championship side. It was like, I think Wolves will do absolutely amazing. I really hope so too. So that's why I think they're different. I think they've come in with hype. They've come in with players. They've come in with, finances, spending investments. It'll be absolutely great to see Wolves back in the Premier League. Fulham too, in all honesty. They were like the last time Fulham were in the Premier League. They had like Berbatov, didn't they? So
Yeah.
that was quite some time ago. So yeah,
Yep.
I think both will do good, but I expect Wolves to finish top 10, as Will said.
Yep, as both of these lads have mentioned, that they've already got a decent squad. Like they gelled so well in the championship last year, and they've signed decent players. And yeah, as Bill said, I think the squad they already had would have been good enough to stay up. It's not like other sides that come up and they're trying to win it with a champion, not win it, trying to stay in the Premier League with a championship side. So yeah, I think Wolves will finish around 8th to 12th, something like that, this season. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, if we even if we didn't finish in the top 10, I mean, a lot of Wolves fans, I know we wouldn't be disappointed if we finished in 15th place, because no matter the players we have in, the whole point of this season is to stay in the Premier League so we can attract even better players next season. That's the whole point
Yeah,
of it.
gel in. Like it's
Yeah.
not that easy to get all these players playing together just like that. I think that the season, not the upcoming season, but the one after, and even with more signings in the next summer, I think Wolves will finish top six in 2019-2020
It's a
season.
possibility. I mean, now we're restricted more by financial fair play than the top six teams are, because newly promoted
True,
teams
true.
are only allowed to spend a certain amount on player wages. We've got a cap, but then every time
Yeah.
each season, the cap gets lifted by a certain amount. I can't remember how much it is, but yeah. But the good thing about this is we have, because obviously everybody knows George Mendes is working closely with Wolves, so he gets us players in on cheap. Obviously not everyone's happy about that, but if you've got him there to use, you're gonna use him. Anyone would, wouldn't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Except
Real.
Man United.
Man United use Raiola now, don't they? He's not
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
anything for you.
Mourinho's agent, old Jorge, and yeah, he doesn't do anything. They hate each other, I think. He hates United, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yep, and the final question we've got for you that we're answering for you today is from Sean Cherian. He said, "Do you think football will evolve in the USA or will it stay irrelevant?" Bill, what do you think?
I mean, it's getting
I
better,
don't
isn't
think
it?
it's irrelevant. Yeah,
Yeah, well, I don't think it'll ever be relevant. I mean,
yeah,
it's getting better, and you never know. Like, there are more players coming out of America that are getting better and better. But
yeah,
with the World Cup coming up, they're gonna put in a lot of funding into grassroots football. I mean,
yeah,
if you
yeah,
go to an American high school football game now as opposed to an English one, you'd get more people going to them games. There's more hype about sports. They just love their sports no matter what it is. So I don't know. I think it has a potential to be relevant, but because they favor other sports more, that's the reason it will never be their number one sport.
yep, yeah.
Yeah,
Good answer.
I just totally agree with you. I just agree with Bill.
Yeah.
Everything he said, spot on.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I pretty much agree with Bill. I think I think there'll be a lot of improvement, obviously, with them not making the World Cup this year. So, yeah, I think it will evolve, but obviously it will never be America's number one sport.
Yeah, never. Bit stupid though, isn't it? Like, they watched some dudes running around with an egg. They call that football.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
Mm.
That's like egg hand.
some dudes.
I
It's
don't
Wednesday,
know,
mate.
man. They're just weird. They're like,
Yeah.
what else? They
The
like ice
spirit
hockey. They love ice hockey as well, don't
of
they?
spirit of the Americans.
They love ice hockey. Ice hockey is literally men dancing on ice. Like nobody wants to see that.
I know, right?
Right.
So now we're covering the our predictions for the top four of the Premier League, the teams that are getting relegated, and the top scorers. So, Bill, who are your top four teams?
My top four teams are Manchester City to win the league, Liverpool to finish second. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go for Arsenal to finish third. A lot of people will be surprised about that, but I just have a little feeling. And fourth, I'm going for. I think United will do it. I think they'll get their top four
Oh,
in the end. I think
fair.
they'll sign players in January as well because they'll realise. Yeah, top four. I think Chelsea and Spurs will narrowly miss out.
Uh-huh. All right. Jack, what you saying for top
Yeah,
four?
yeah, City to win. I think Liverpool come second, as Bill said. Those two just they look settled, they look happy, and
Hmm.
they score goals for fun. It's just, I honestly think Liverpool could win this season had they
No,
replaced
no,
Lovren.
nah. I don't know. Nah.
I don't know, but
It's come on. If Liverpool had Messi and Ronaldo in the same team, they wouldn't win the league. It's just a Liverpool thing to do.
yeah,
It's never
Yeah.
sure
gonna
enough. Yeah, third, I don't know. I'm going to say Chelsea. Just that they've made some decent
happen.
signings,
Yeah.
and I have to put United in as fourth. I honestly don't know if they'll get it, but I have to put them. I think Arsenal might win the
Yeah.
Europa League, so I think they might get in the Champions League that way.
Yeah. Okay. I suppose so.
Nice. Yeah, I think for first place also Man City, second Liverpool, uh, third for me will be Tottenham, and fourth Arsenal.
Hmm. That's Arsenal. Yeah.
That's
So
what I'm
you
saying.
agree with me on them getting top four as well?
Yeah, I like Arsenal, especially Aubameyang. I think
Yeah.
they'll get into top four. And as you said, Liverpool look lethal. So, uh, Bill, who do you think will get relegated?
Relegated. So my definites are Cardiff and Huddersfield. I think they don't have strong enough players to cope in the Premier League. Cardiff and Huddersfield. I think that they've still got a squad full of Championship level players, so them two will definitely go down. And this next one is a really hard one. I can't decide who it's gonna be. So I'm gonna say, I'm just gonna say Brighton because William Harding's a fat shit. So yeah.
All
Um,
right, fair enough. Jack.
yeah, Cardiff and Huddersfield. I've said they're my two definites as well, and um, I, I'm gonna say I'll say Watford. I was thinking of someone like Newcastle, but I think Rafa will be able to keep them up. So yeah, Watford. I'll say.
True, true. For my bottom three, I think Huddersfield definitely going down. I'm gonna say Crystal Palace
Ooh.
and alongside them, Brighton. I yeah, Crystal Palace, Brighton, and Huddersfield.
Yeah. I don't know. The thing is, Brighton. I don't actually think they're good. That's probably just a little bit of battle with William. But
Yeah.
I think they're probably strong enough to stay up. But I just honestly can't predict that last spot, man. Because I don't know. Because Watford, they seem to be doing decent business now, as well, potentially.
Yeah.
So it's either out of Watford, Palace, Southampton, Brighton, them kind of teams.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Huddersfield fans. We don't think you're staying up.
Yeah. So, top scorer. What we saying the
Uh, like you said, Aubameyang's gonna have a good season for Arsenal, so I think so as well.
definitely.
He was brilliant towards the end of the season. I think Aubameyang's gonna finish top scorer, and he's gonna get 28 goals in the league.
Oh, Jack.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Kane. I think if Spurs their goals once again, they're just going to come through him, and I think he'll be determined to get it after missing out last season. I think he'll get around 28 to 30 goals, something like that.
You just got caned. Anyways,
Oh God, I thought that.
so my top scorers are Aubameyang and Kane, tied at 30 goals. I love both of them, especially Kane is like one of my favorite strikers. So I want to back him, even though for me he had a shit World Cup. But yeah, I think both of them will be tied at 30.
30. Yeah, so surprising that none of us said Mohamed Salah. So obviously he had an amazing season last season. How many goals do we all think he's going to get this season, Jack, starting with you?
I still think he'll be have a great season. I think around 22. It's more so for me the fact that I think Liverpool, more of their goals will come from other players. That's why I went with Kane as top scorer, because I just think most of the goals will come from him. So
Yeah, that's
yeah,
true. Yeah, I think he's gonna have a good season as well. I think he'll probably get about 24, 25 goals, but I don't think it'll be enough to get him the gold boot. So yeah, about 25, 24
True.
goals for Salah.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking exactly 22 goals as well as Jack.
Yeah,
I think he'll get 22 goals, have more assists than last season, and
yeah,
I think he'll kind of be more of a leader, more of an all-round player. I'm not expecting him to be worst or a one-season wonder. I just don't think he'll have as many goals, but it's a possibility that he'll also be the Golden Boot winner. Who knows?
yeah,
yep.
yeah. What about Okay, let's throw another player into the mix. How many goals do we think Lukaku's gonna get, Jack?
Um, uh, I don't know. See, this is I feel sorry for Lukaku because he's going to get I think he's going to get hounded, and I don't think it's going to be a lot of it's his fault. It's just Mourinho's style's going to
He's gonna
really.
with his style. He's gonna get no service, is he?
Yeah, exactly. I think he'll do well to get 20 goals. I have to say.
He plays Lukaku as like a target man that's just standing still, not doing anything.
Yeah,
If you see
I
how
think-
Lukaku plays for Belgium, he plays
For
more of a
Belgium,
free forward role. I don't know why
Yeah,
United don't do that.
great. He was great at the World Cup. Some of his some of his plays to assist goals was brilliant. But yeah, I think he'll probably get about 18 goals, unfortunately, and I just don't think that's through no fault of his own.
Yeah, I think he'll get about 15, 18 goals as well. Yep.
Possibly. I don't know why you guys are predicting goals. I mean, it's Mourinho. He'll probably get 18 or 19 clean sheets instead. But yeah, possibly 18, 19 goals. But as Bill said, he's actually a really good playmaking striker that can organize the attack, kind of like Benzema. So if he's used properly, which he won't be, then he'll have many goals and many assists. But no, I think like 15 goals.
Oh, as we're speaking, there's rumors that speaking of Benzema, there's rumors that Chelsea have made an offer for Benzema.
Jesus.
Oh no, we have no space to give away players. I think
If
I
true,
rate Ben.
that's a bit crazy. That's mad. That is. We'll
It's
see how
crazy,
it goes anyway.
but yeah.
Well, the next time we'll be with you is in 2 weeks' time. So we've got plenty of action to discuss in those 2 weeks that we're going to be away. So yeah, we'll see you again in a couple of weeks, guys. It's been a really good show. Jack, Martin, hope you both enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, for the next 2 weeks, I hope you stay on the YouTube channel, refreshing for 2 weeks straight, waiting for the next podcast to come out.
Exactly, man. You know what? Like and subscribe as well. We need more likes and we need more subscribers. Let's get this channel growing. Let's make it big. Thank you, guys. We'll see you in a couple of weeks' time. Peace.